Hi, my name is Lauren Duncan, the archivist at the Greenwood Cemetery. Welcome to the Archives and Collections. The archives house records generated by the cemetery for the cemetery's use. The collections contain items required from outside sources that relate to the Greenwood Cemetery and its permanent residents. Our administrative office archives document the daily operations of the cemetery itself. Here, private and public lot burial orders continue to grow every day. And though this repository is smaller in size, its high-density shelving provides storage for just over 1,426 linear feet of material. Among the records you'll find here are grave selection files, receiving tomb ledgers, and our earliest interment records, the burial registry, internally known as the chronological books, which date back to Greenwood's founding years. The Executive Office Archives hold a different but equally vital part of Greenwood's history. This repository preserves our founding documents alongside institutional records such as the memo files, transfer records, affidavits of heirship, and perpetual care files. What makes these records especially unique is that they still are working documents, used every day by our administrative staff, the lot holder relations team, and our genealogist. They actively support the cemetery's operations while also preserving nearly 2 centuries of history. In addition, it safeguards historical materials including maps, blueprints, and our remarkable art and objects collection. Together with the records housed in the administrative archives, these materials provide a fuller picture of the Greenwood Cemetery, documenting not only the individuals interred here, but also the founding, growth, planning, and cultural legacy of the cemetery. Every piece of paper in our archives relates to someone's life and story, reminding us that the history of Greenwood is also the history of its permanent residents. Currently, the Executive Archives occupy just over 700 linear feet of records across multiple locations, including the Executive Office Archives, the Executive Office Basement Storage, and the Historic Chapel Basement. The Greenhouse is Greenwood's new building dedicated to public engagement, including research, education, and archival preservation. Soon, the Executive Archives will be moving into this new, dedicated home. The facility will provide 1,116 linear feet of archival storage, bringing together records from the Executive Office Archives, the Executive Office Basement, and the Historic Chapel Basement into one purpose-built environment. For the first time in Greenwood's history, this environment will feature temperature and humidity controls designed specifically for the long-term preservation of our records. Even after consolidation, we will still have space for growth, ensuring that the Executive Office Archives can continue to expand for years to come. As archivist, I am currently developing a comprehensive plan to move these records safely into their new home. In addition to archival storage, the collections feature 269 linear feet of physical objects and 35.6 linear feet of art storage. The new space will include storage for a selection of object and art pieces. As we prepare for this move, we are also carefully deaccessioning items outside our collecting scope, making sure that the most vital and historically rich materials have the preservation environment they deserve.